Here in the South, music is almost as important as breathing. From bluegrass in the Appalachian Mountains and gospel in the Bible Belt, to blues in Memphis and soul in Muscle Shoals, it's all American music, born here in the Deep South and celebrated by a new generation. Welcome to Southern Fried Music TV.
2, 3, 4.
Hello, everybody. I'm Carl Brady. This is Glenn Williams, and welcome into Southern Fried Music TV, a brand new TV show for you. And we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up for a whole season worth of music on TV. We're going to be coming to you from our front porch here occasionally. We're going to be out on location, going to festivals, bluegrass shows, concerts, all kind of things we're going to be doing.
You know, I'm pretty excited, Carl. This is kind of opening a new door for me and you. We've both kind of been in and out of the music business for all these years. But man alive, what the last month has held. I'm pretty excited about what's going to happen with us.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great time over the next several weeks here on Southern Fried Music TV. And we'll just go ahead and get into the very first show. The first show, what amazing way to start things off. We're going to start things off with a bang. I have just fallen in love with somebody new. After hanging out with Rhonda Vincent last week and putting this show together with Rhonda Vincent, I'm just head over heels.
Let me tell you, she is one awesome lady. She is full of personality. She's full of energy, and beyond that, she is so full of talent.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, her band, The Rage, most award-winning bluegrass band that there is. But let me tell you, they put on a great show. But what a sweet lady to be able to sit down and spend her time with us and give us the opportunity that she did.
Yeah, absolutely. She sat down with us recently at the Oxford Performing Arts Center in Oxford, Alabama. And when we come back, you'll see the interview. Here's some music from Rhonda Vincent and The Rage. Hang out with us.
Well, folks, I'm truly honored today. I am with the Queen of Bluegrass here, Miss Rhonda Vincent. And, Rhonda, it's just amazing. I believe I read where you are the most awarded bluegrass band, over 100 awards.
Is that it amazes me. But collectively, with all of the members of The Rage, I travel with this award-winning band, The Rage. They are all at the very top of their game and just incredible musicians. And yes, it's pretty awesome to say.
Truly professionals, and I think that the coach here, the head coach, has a lot to do with that from what I've seen. Six-time Grammy nominee. That says a little bit about you guys.
Well,
and you.
Thank you.
We're proud to have you in the state of Alabama tonight. I want to go back a little bit. I heard a rumor, I believe, that when you were a young child is when this thing started.
That's true.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I grew up in a musical family up in northern Missouri. It's at the very top of Missouri, in the heart of America. a tiny town called Greentop, Missouri. And music is traced back at least 5 generations of the Vincent family. And when I started singing when I was 3, I joined the group. It was my mom and dad, Grandpa Bill, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. We had a television show, a radio show, made our first recording when I was 5 years old, and just grew up in this musical family. And it was a way of life that I just thought that everyone else was at their house doing the same thing. My dad would pick me up from school each day. Grandpa and Dad and I would play till dinner, and after dinner, friends came over. And we played every night of the week. I mean, it was every night there was a music party, which is fun, when you're little, having people over every night. And then I got to be a teenager. That became a little turning point. I think any teenager, that's a turning point in your life. But I found out that Tommy Parsons and Barb Wheeler was at the skating rink, and I was at home, playing with Mom and Dad and Grandpa Bill, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
So when did you do your homework? That's the big question.
Yeah, I had to do that between the dinner and the time that people got over there, or after the music party. That was. This is from our latest CD, and it's our tribute to Mr. George Jones. When you left, I thought that
just reading something on the way over here that I wasn't aware of, but something called the Sally Mountain Show.
Well, that was my family.
It was your family.
We were called, I think because it was not only the family, but it was friends too.
Yeah.
And because of the TV, that's a geographic location, Sally's Mountain,
Yeah.
in northern Missouri. And so I think they named that TV show the Sally Mountain Show. And so I grew up, we just carried that name up. Eventually, it became my mom and dad and I. We were the Sally Mountain Trio. Then my brothers came along. We were the Sally Mountain Show once again. Traveled the world as the Sally Mountain Show. It's this life of music that just has evolved probably 15 years ago. And I put my first band together, and it just evolved into a career for me.
So you've lived on a bus for quite a while.
I have, indeed. We went, it wasn't a bus when we first started. It was a station wagon. And we went from a station wagon, everybody piled in the station wagon. And the seat that flips up the back, you're looking backwards. Well, I was the only one that could ride there because everyone else got sick if they sat with their turned around. So, that's like, we go on cruises. I go on the Country's Family Reunion cruise. I don't get seasick. And I must be from that, I guess.
So when you sat back there, instead of saying, "Are we there yet?" Hey, you say, "Have we gone yet?"
Yeah, have we left yet? That's more like
Have we
it.
left yet?
Yeah,
Well,
but we went from that station wagon to a pickup and a topper camper to a first trailer to a motorhome to finally a bus.
You got to love the music.
I love the music.
You still love the music.
I still love it, and thank goodness, because you just never know. We have been tonight marks 48 hours that we were in a van because we had a breakdown in the bus, and it's only because of the experience that my parents showed me that you just roll with whatever the situation is, because we're so thankful to do what we do.
Well, Dolly Parton made a couple of statements about you. She says you're what a talent, what a beauty, and what a special human being. Now, I want to mention the special human being because I have seen this firsthand. You have a tremendous sense of humor. We have seen you pick at other bands at festivals.
You
and
have.
make jokes and play jokes. And because we see your Facebook post, we know that you
do.
have.
That's right.
We know that you have a good time in life.
I do.
And that's how you get down the road.
That's right. I'm Rhonda Vincent official, by the way. Come join me there.
Okay, well, it really is a lot of fun. We're going to take a real short break. We'll have some more facts when we come back. Don't you leave us. Hang around. Well, Rhonda, welcome back.
Thank you.
To all the folks here. Glad to see you. Look, tell me, I believe you mentioned a moment ago about 15 years ago you put your first band together?
I did, something like that. I got together with just a group of friends in Missouri, and I did a couple of country albums, and I came at that crossroads. I learned so much from that. It was like my musical college years. Came at that crossroads in life. It's like, what am I going to do? Got together with friends, put together my first official band. Always been with my family, and we did a few festivals, and the response was just overwhelming. And people said, you should. We started doing these festivals. It was so natural, and I loved it so much. And and like I say, it evolved. It literally, before I knew it, and people said, well, when was that defining moment? It's like, there wasn't, because this is what we always did. Put together this group was Rhonda, Alan, Joey, and Earl. People say, where did the rage come from? How did you get the rage? Well, my husband came in as we're playing in the living room. He said, I have the name of your group. It's Rhonda, Alan, Joey, and Earl. Call it Rhonda and the Rage. And so from that, then Alan and Joey and Earl were no longer in the group. And people would put a tilde at the end and call it Rajay with a J in it. So I just said, you know what, let's just make it R-A-G-E, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage.
And keep it going.
And keep it going. And so there's been several musicians. I have been so fortunate to work with some of the greatest musicians, though always my goal to put together that ultimate group, and I feel like I have that ultimate super group now.
I've never seen any slack on your stage. what was your first hit?
Well, I guess in bluegrass, when Rhonda Records released that in January of 2000, they released Lonesome Wind Blues. But I think the one too then is The Grass Any Bluer.
Yeah.
That came out in 2002. So it was just several. I'm Not Over You was actually my first video on Giant Records. Now that was in country music, and when I did a video on Rounder, it was the same song that people were familiar with. It was a different video done acoustically, but that was a big song for me that people still recognize me, and especially because I did a TV show called Music City Tonight. And they had a beautiful curtain, and the band started playing, and I was sitting on a stool with a guitar, and the draped curtain caught the boom of the microphone, and it started to hit me, and I grabbed it. And so a lot of people remember that from Dick Clark's bloopers show. They stopped the band. I was laughing. They had to restructure, get that microphone down from there. And I said, well, can we start over? I meant the tape. I thought no one would ever know about this. All they did was start the band over.
Oh my goodness!
And so
gracious.
one of my most embarrassing moments ends up showing time after time on Dick Clark's bloopers.
Well, it's Dick Clark's big time.
Yeah, that's not
Square.
what you want on there, though.
Not exactly. Well, listen, right now you're rocking and rolling. Listen to me. Number 1, number 2 singles on the Bluegrass Survey charts. Busy City, number 1 single this month's National Bluegrass Survey. National Bluegrass Unlimited magazine, our old buddies up there. So tell me a little bit about that song.
Well, the album is called Only Me, and it's a special, unique concept. It has 2 discs. It has 6 bluegrass songs, 6 country music songs, a lot from the Country's Family Reunion, and so on the bluegrass side, we are joined on the title song that became later in December became the number 1 song. It was a number 2 song, and we had the record-setting thing is. We had a number 1 song for 2 months in a row, but for the very first time on the charts with a different song. Usually a song gets number 1, it'll follow through. But for the first time ever in the history of the chart, we had Busy City as the number 1 single. December, it's Only Me. And Only Me, we're joined by Willie Nelson.
Oh, wow.
So and he not only sings, but he also plays guitar.
Well, and that's a distinct sound.
That is a very distinct. You, if I hadn't told you that, you would know that.
You still know that.
You would have known
that. I have a CD of him and Wynton Marsalis.
Oh.
And it's the most awesome CD, but when he cranks up, there's no doubt it's Willie Nelson.
You know it's Willie. Now, on our show, if he's not singing with us, which he hasn't yet, but I always tell you that Josh is my guitar player. He is
one of my favorites.
He just won a Masters Gold Award for 10 consecutive Guitar Player of the Year awards in a row.
Oh my goodness.
And so I always say that Josh plays the exact same notes that Willie played on this CD.
Oh,
so you'll have to check it out.
Well, he is an awesome guitar player, and I actually had him and his band at our show one time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when he was on break. Listen, we have had a wonderful time. I know that there's a lot of things going on, a lot of folks down here to see you. How many shows a year are you doing?
We're probably do about 140 shows. That's about 250 days on the road. So go to rhondavincent.com and you can find out all the places we're going to be. We travel nonstop except for from Thanksgiving to the first of the year. We stay home with our families. And I'm active on Facebook, as you said, and it's Rhonda Vincent Official. We're hoping in 2015 we hope to hit 100,000 likes. We just hit 97,000.
I think you're going to make it.
I think we're going to get there, hopefully.
All righty. Well, folks, let me just say, if you've never seen her live, it's a whole new ball game. Doesn't matter how many times you've listened to her, you need to see her live. I will say this. I'm going to close with this. We were in Auburn last year talking with you, and it was Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend.
Yes.
And I was so impressed. Felicia and I were at the booth there talking to you, and one of the band members came up and said, "What are we doing for the night set?" And you gave them explicit instructions on how to dress.
I did. Oh, yes.
I want a red shirt, a white shirt. I'm wearing a blue dress. I want a white shirt, and I want a red shirt.
Yes.
And the guys came out, and tonight you look like the flag on stage. It was awesome.
Oh, really?
I would have never thought of that. But I thought that is truly professional. You have come a long way. You've done a great job.
I don't know. A lot of people have said, come to join the band, and they don't want to be told what to wear. So it's just what to do, especially by a woman. But it takes a unique bunch that, hey, what are we going to wear? What are we going to do? And they're all such great guys. And we always, I think my father, we didn't take the stage what we weren't dressed up.
Well, I think that's awesome. And listen, it shows and it pays, right?
Thank you.
Well, listen, we are elated to have Rhonda Vincent with us. Folks, check it out, rhondavincent.com.
That's right.
And find out where she's going to be. And you may hang around. We may have some more advice for you on how to see her live. So hang around. Thanks for coming out tonight. Well, if you live around the South, I got a great idea for you. The Memorial Day weekend down in Auburn, Alabama, the loveliest village on the plain, we're going to be attending the Bluegrass on the Plain show, one of the biggest. I'm telling you, Matthew's put together one of the biggest, greatest bluegrass shows in the nation down there. Plenty of RV places to park and all. Rhonda, you're going to be there along with a host of people. You can check it out at bluegrassontheplains.com. But we can't wait to see you in Auburn.
I'm excited to be there. We're there on May the 30th, and we're also there with one of the greatest singers in country music, Gene Watson. And if you love to camp, this is a 5-star campground. It is like no other campground I've ever been to. The bathrooms have marble floors.
Yes, they do.
So if you do nothing else, just come to Auburn, come to the campground, and use the facility.
And hang out. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck on your travels.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you in Auburn.
Okay, I'll see you there.
When my way was long and all hope was gone, I saw